Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe, I am a singer-songwriter, writer and a guitarist. I've got coffee, my famous mocha, so that means that it's time for a talk. And as you can tell by the title of this video, we're talking about my future, my next steps, kind of like my near future. I sound a little rusty. And just everything to do with the future, but not too far ahead, because next steps means near future. And it's a coffee talk. So grab yourself a coffee or whatever you drink, and I'm gonna start talking. So the first kind of like major thing I should probably mention is college. Now, at the end of this June, I will be leaving college for good, unless at some point like down the line in my life I decide to go back for something. I don't know what, but I'm leaving for good at the end of this June, and I'm kind of nervous, kind of excited about it, because obviously like leaving college will mean, I say, a lot more free time, but then a lot of that free time will be taken up by work, which I'll get to in a minute. But then I'm also really nervous about the whole thing, because obviously I'm leaving after the first year of level 3, and I'm leaving like a lot of friends behind, a lot of good memories, so it makes me sad to think about like leaving all of my friends behind and everything. Not that I won't like continue talking to them, I probably will, like through Messenger, but otherwise I can't really see myself hanging out with people once I've left. Because the reason why I've decided to actually leave this year is because I have been at college for 3 years now doing different courses. It just kind of, it feels right in my heart to leave, and so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. My first year was like my certificate in progression, so foundation studies. I think it was entry level 3, and funny thing is that I was recommended to go into a level 1 course, but because of the qualifications I had, I could easily get myself onto the level 2 diploma for music practitioners, so I completely skipped out level 1. But it didn't really make a difference, because level 1 for me is like GCSEs, which I have partially. I like this first year will also be something that I move forward with, so I think it's called subsidiary level 3 diploma for music practitioners or something like that. I don't know. All of that kind of ties in with my English, and I failed English yet again in my last like November resit, which is so frustrating, because it's kind of like at this point I don't know what I can do, because I should probably mention that in my first ever time I did like my English language was, I got a 3. That was in secondary school, and then my first year in college I skipped out on English pretty much because I was doing functional skills classes, but I hadn't been told that I had been enrolled on the English GCSE classes, which also would have meant that I would have had to do the exams, but because I didn't do the classes I couldn't do the exams, so skipped out on it my first year of college. Second year, what did I even do the second year? Yeah, level 2 music. Yeah, I did English again. Didn't pass again with a 3, and now I've got a 3 again, and I kind of just don't know where I sit with this, really. Like, I know it's a stupid reason to get upset, but when you pour my heart and soul, I bloody don't. You know, after spending so many years of doing the same bloody thing, it just gets so like, continuous, boring, mandatory, and I'm kind of just done with English, especially GCSE, because it's a bit of a piss take, to be honest. In my opinion, I only have about, by the time this video goes up, I only have about 4 months left of college. Not even that, about 3.5 months. Because just the thing with English is that obviously I keep failing with a 3. So I don't know what that means, why I keep getting a 3. Because obviously, like, with big GCSE exams, you don't get feedback on them. You just get your grade and you're kind of expected to just be okay with it. But without feedback, it's really hard to know where you're going wrong. In about 10 years' time, this one particular grade isn't going to matter. But the thing is, like, I have people around me saying, like, but what I was trying to say, like, there are people around me telling me, like, oh, this grade is so important, like, you need this to get into work, you need this basically to be able to survive. That is the impression that I'm getting from people around me. Not like just random people, but just there are certain people in my life that are just like, pass English or you're gonna regret it. I'd like to pass English, but it just doesn't seem possible. I don't even know how many marks I was off this time, because when I did it last summer, I was about 9 marks off. So my parents had to pay for my resit, so I have to pay them back 40 quid because I failed. But in 10 years, when I have a good job and I'm hopefully like at a point in my life, like at a good point in my life where English won't fucking matter. I mean, unless, obviously, like, at some point in my life I would like to be self-employed, having a publishing company, so at that point English will be my best friend, because it's not right now. I guess just the thing is that I just don't know with my English. I don't know what's happening with it at this point, but there is a possibility. I don't know, I could probably move down to functional skills. Is it functional skills? Everything to do with my English. Let's move on to something a bit more happier, because I don't know if you can tell, but it's really dampening me down and I really couldn't give a shit anymore. I don't really care about the words I say or that come out of my mouth. Now it's kind of like English and kind of like, I don't know what my next steps are for that. I kind of have an idea of what my next steps are going to be when I leave college. I think my plan will be to kind of carry on with my current job. I work in retail, so it's not too bad. I actually enjoy it, I think, but then my sister did say, I said that to her and she's probably just like, oh, that's probably just because of your OCD. Obviously, like, it's an actual disorder like OCD, but I think, like, she meant it's because I'm such an organised person and I can't, like, deal with messiness. So that's probably why I love my job so much, just because I get to tidy for my work, for my money, basically. So I'll probably carry on in the summer with that job and just try and rake up some more hours. I'm kind of hoping this summer will be like last summer, because I really like enjoyed last summer. My mental health was amazing. It was really good, and so I really badly want that again. And then obviously this year I plan on participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, so April and July. However, I feel like April is going to be me revising Scarlet Blood Skies, and then hopefully July will be writing, because unless I somehow decide that I just want to focus on Scarlet Blood Skies. The other thing, do I announce now or do I wait? I don't know, because by the time this goes up, it's going to be like ages before it even starts up. And now that said, that I might as well just tell you. I am planning on starting up a music channel for like all of my music, basically, like originals, covers, everything like that. I'm gonna have a whole separate music channel for at some point in the year. I don't know when I'm gonna be starting to upload over there, but I am really excited, and I hope all goes to plan, because if it doesn't, then I don't know what's gonna happen. And then I don't really know what else I can say, apart from the fact that another next step is obviously, like, at some point I want to start up a publishing company. Like, I've been talking about this, I think, before, and I've been like Like, I know I want to self-publish my books, and I know at some point in my life I want to be self-employed. I make all of my money off that, but obviously that won't be for like a good 10 years, I don't think. I turn 19 this June, so if I was to start up a business next year, I would be 19 and starting my own business. Is that like a big deal or not? Because I don't know how like young you could be, like the youngest to start a business. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Before I even think about starting up a publishing company and like coming up with a name and everything like that, I need to do my research, because a lot of the information that's out there on authortube at the moment is actually like mainly all American, so it's all the wrong information for me. I need to do my research over here in the UK, so I need to do my research into everything like that. Pretty sure the government website will probably have information on it. It's kind of like my next steps, and then at some point in the future, which I probably don't really need to talk about, is I do want to help like other people self-publish their books as well, and have like a whole team. That's kind of like my dream, to own a publishing company, and then I guess do my music as a hobby on the side, because obviously I said about my music channel, I do want to do something with that, even if it just stays as a hobby that I just do whenever. But if I just did it whenever, like, I have a feeling my music channel would just die. I need to have like some sort of structure and routine with, obviously writing is my main passion, then music, and then video production is also another one of my passions, because if it wasn't, then I wouldn't be doing this, because I love things all editing. I don't know if you've been able to tell by my Instagram, which will be linked down below, but I started like tracking my editing progress over on there like a while ago, for a particular video. So if you haven't seen my Instagram, that'll be linked down below. I have a lot of passions in life, and I'm really hoping at some point they will be my full-time job, because it's like, I think the phrase is, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And I actually heard that from a music university like spokesperson when they came to the college, and that's so true, and that's what I want with my life. But you know, my next steps are carry on working in the summer more hours, carry on with writing, participate in Camp NaNoWriMos, and just have fun, I guess. I'm a little bit iffy with like my direction of where I'm actually going, but I have a feeling it's going to lead to great places. That's all I'm going to say, really. I just really needed to talk about my next steps and my future, my near future, because I just needed to get it all off my chest, and now I feel so much better for doing that and getting all of the weight off my chest. But that is going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to talk about your next steps, make sure to like leave a comment down below and like this video if, like I said, you enjoyed it. And that's all. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!